Our country has been consumed lately with immigration. Yeah. Children cruelly separated from their parents. The future of the so-called dreamers, etc., looking grim. And here, in picturesque Randolph, though far from the southern border of our country, the issue of who belongs can sometimes simmer, simmers, just beneath the surface. The word itself, belong, in some ways is itself exclusionary, because we tend to think that if someone has been in a place for a very, very long time, that they automatically have more right or legitimacy to be there than new arrivals. Yeah, it's true. That being said, the time has come for me to tell you that my family has been in Randolph eons longer than anyone else. We have lived amongst these hills for countless generations. This must come as a surprise to you, who foolishly thought I was born in Orange Memorial Hospital in New Jersey. Well, I was born there, but my father spent his entire childhood in the caves among these hills, and my forebears before him. He was the first to have formal schooling and attend college, and the first to leave his cave home and try to lead a normal life, Because of attorney-client privilege, only now can I begin to peel the onion apart and layer by layer expose the truth about my family in Randolph. My father went through the motions of being a clergyman, and in fact he was one. But at heart, he was happiest when he was in his loincloth in a dark, dank cave. Yeah, it's true. The only pets we were allowed as children were bats, And I can remember like it was yesterday, the sheer bliss on my father's face when the TV show Batman first aired and depicted the Batcave, all reminding my father of his youth. In fact, in every house we lived in, dozens of stalactites made out of faux painted styrofoam were stuck to the ceiling with Velcro, so we could always pull them down when we had guests and take them with us when we were forced to move. He once confided in me that stalactites were the only thing that made him feel that life was worth living. His father lived in the caves up near the Pond of Safety. It was there that my father was raised, masticating bitter herbs, roots, and wild game, provided my grandfather, who some said was the best hunter aside from the legendary Bowman Lowbooth, who was an old family friend. As a child, I remember my grandfather barely, and I mean that literally. He wore nothing but a loincloth his entire life. My father wore the same thing in his youth, and in fact saved his own loincloth and kept it hidden among his vestments. He never could get rid of it, and always kept it close at hand. I'd like to think he was proud of it. My grandfather was named Pliny, and he and our ancestors, going back generation after generation, had inhabited much of what is now the community forest. In fact, the 30,000-year-old cave paintings discovered about 10 miles northwest from this very spot were painted by my direct ancestors. One of the faces there looks remarkably like my sister-in-law's first cousin's ex-husband. No relation, but still, All in all, they lived a good life, unsullied by modern civilization. Memories, oi! Family law insists that when the Pond of Safety deserters were hungry and lonely, my sixth great-grandmother, the original Sarah Lee, by the way, fed them her famous hashish mushroom brownies, which by all accounts were the best thing this side of the Piscataqua River. I have made a batch from her recipe, which I found hidden with my father's loincloth and scrawled on dried caribou hide. We will be serving them. The brownies, not the loincloth. At the refreshment table afterwards, only one per person. I'll be watching. Often folks in Randolph look at me and presume that I am some recent interloper from New York or some other godforsaken place. Well, I just grin and bear it, but some part of me is really glad to come out of the cave, so to speak, to formally proclaim that we've been here before anyone else. My family goes back to the beginnings of time in these hills. As Bowman Lowbooth, who by the way made a bit of money on the side doing Winston Churchill voiceovers, was so fond of saying, "We shall never surrender. We shall fight them on the beaches. And we have old families in Randolph, very old families, but there is one family that has been here since the dinosaurs." And then he would proudly point at us. Well, full disclosure, we don't go back quite as far as the dinosaurs, but who's counting? Doesn't that mean when it's all said and done, that I belong, yeah, I belong, please, I belong, yeah. Thank you.